This is the Scorpio Blueprint, Step 6, Rebuild Your Foundation, Part 2. Write your vision down. Read it daily. Let it guide your choices. I keep my vision in my journal. I read it every morning. Some days it feels alive and real, like I'm living it already. Other days it feels distant and impossible. But reading it daily keeps me oriented. It reminds me where I'm going, even when the path isn't clear. Build habits that serve your transformation. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. If you want to be transformed, you need transformative habits. Morning routine. Start your day with intention. Meditation, journaling, movement, reading, whatever grounds you and reminds you who you're becoming. My morning routine became sacred. An hour of no phone, meditation, journaling, movement, sometimes lifting, sometimes walking, sometimes just stretching. This routine anchored me. It reminded me every single morning that I was choosing myself. The evening routine is important too, ending the day with reflection. What went well? Where did you honor yourself? Where did you fall back into old patterns? What will you do differently tomorrow? I started asking myself three questions every night. Where did I choose myself today? Where did I betray myself? What is one thing I'll do differently tomorrow? This practice kept me honest. It helped me see patterns. It prevented me from drifting back into old behaviors without noticing. Then there's self care, not bubble baths and face masks, although these are nice, but more fundamental care: sleep, nutrition, movement, the basics that keep you functioning and feeling good. I had neglected basic self care for years. I'd worn exhaustion like a badge of honor. I'd ignored my body's signals. I'd pushed through pain instead of listening to it. Rebuilding meant relearning how to care for myself fundamentally, going to bed at a reasonable hour, eating food that nourished me, moving in ways that felt good. This isn't glamorous, it's not Instagram worthy, but it's essential. And there's growth practices: reading, learning, creating, connecting. Things that expand you, challenge you, and help you become more of who you're meant to be. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress. Small, consistent actions compound over time into radical transformation. I started reading again, not self help books, but novels, poetry, things that fed my soul. I took a creative writing class. I started going to a weekly class to refine skills for a hobby. I scheduled regular conversations with people who inspired me. Each practice expanded me slightly, and over time, those slight expansions added up to a completely different life. Curate your environment. You are deeply influenced by your surroundings, your physical space, your digital consumption, the people you spend time with, all of it shapes you. Clean your physical space, remove clutter, create beauty, make room for new energy. Your external environment reflects and influences your internal state. I got rid of everything that reminded me of who I used to be. Old clothes I'd worn to please someone else, gifts from people who'd hurt me, furniture from relationships that had ended. I cleared it all out and threw a lot of stuff away. Then I filled my space with things that reflected who I was becoming: art that moved me, books that challenged me, plants that needed tending. My space became a reflection of my transformation. Walking into it reminded me who I was now. Audit your digital life. Who are you following? What are you consuming? Is it inspiring you or draining you? Be ruthless. Unfollow, unsubscribe, delete. Your attention is precious. Protect it. I unfollowed everyone from whom I learned nothing. I left groups that no longer served me. I deleted apps that kept me in comparison mode. I curated my digital world as carefully as my physical one. Choose your company wisely. Jim Rohn said that you are the average of the five people you spend the most time with. Who are your five? Are they people who challenge you to grow or people who keep you comfortable in your old patterns? I had to be honest about who was in my inner circle. Some people needed to move to the outer edges. Some needed to exit completely. And I needed to actively seek out people who reflected who I was becoming, not who I'd been. Invest in your growth. Read books that expand your thinking. Take courses that build your skills. Work with a coach. Join communities of people on similar paths. Transformation requires input, new ideas, new perspectives, new knowledge. Don't wait until you can afford it. Don't wait until you have time. These are excuses. You find time for what matters to you. You invest in what you value. If your transformation matters, prove it to yourself. I bought books even though I could get them from the library. I took workshops even though I had to stretch time to attend. I was investing in myself, and that investment paid returns that nothing else could. Finally, practice patience with yourself. This isn't a sprint, it's not even a marathon, it's the rest of your life. You will have bad days, days when you fall back into people pleasing, days when you doubt yourself, days when you wonder if any of this is worth it. Those days don't erase your progress, they're part of the process. Transformation isn't linear, it's messy, circular, and sometimes you experience two steps forward, one step back. What matters is the direction you're moving. What matters is that you keep choosing yourself, even when it's hard. What matters is that you don't give up on your becoming. The person you're building yourself into, the one who knows their worth, who has boundaries, who walks away from what doesn't serve them, who chooses themselves without guilt, that person is being constructed day by day, choice by choice. Be patient, be consistent, and be committed. You are your life's greatest project. Build carefully, build intentionally, build something worthy of the power you possess. This is the Scorpio blueprint, and we have just finished step 6. If this broadcast appeals to you, if you find something that speaks to your soul, please help us get this message to the collective by liking, sharing, or commenting. Thank you for being here with me. In the next video and the last video, we will dive into the conclusion of the Scorpio blueprint.